Welcome to my kitchen, y'all. This is David Locke, and this is Boots and Bow Ties. And today I'm going to teach you how to make one of my favorite recipes. It's probably my mother's favorite thing that I make. She says it wouldn't be Christmas without them, and that is my famous baked apples. Of course, the first thing you're going to need are the apples. I prefer Gala apples. I've used that for years, but you could use Granny Smith, Honeycrisp, really any apple you prefer, as long as it is a cooking apple. The other ingredients we're going to need some butter, we're going to need vanilla, we're going to need ground cinnamon, lots of brown sugar, lemons, and then as far as equipment goes, a cooking spray, some teaspoons, just a regular old spoon, a chef's knife, this is really an essential tool, an apple corer, and if you got it, a citrus press, a cutting board, and a Pyrex dish. If you have a Moroccan tagine, you could also use it for this recipe. So next, I'm going to show you how to assemble the apples and get them ready for the oven. Now I'm going to show you how to prepare the apples. I can't tell you how many Christmases I've done this, how many Christmas Eves and Christmas Days. First, we're just going to simply cut off the top and the bottom of the apple. Then I've taken my Pyrex dish and I've just sprayed it with a nice Pam or cooking spray. That just makes cleanup so much easier. Then I'm going to take my apple corer and I'm going to core out the center of the apple. And so you can see I've got a really nice flat surface and a nice core to work with. I'm going to put it in my dish, and what I usually do is I would do all the apples, but I'm just going to show you on this one how I would do it and how I would prepare it. The next thing I would do is cut my lemon, and you can make this ahead of time. I usually make it the morning of Christmas Eve if I'm going to serve it, or whatever day I'm going to serve it. And I just pour a little bit of that lemon juice directly on the apple, and that will keep the apple from browning. That's called acidulation. Anytime you put an acid on an apple, it will stop it from browning. Then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to just take my simple spoon and I'm going to begin packing the inside of the apple with cinnamon and brown sugar. And it's going to melt, but I basically just pack this really good. You want to make sure you don't pack it, especially the top, with too much cinnamon, as the cinnamon can burn. And just alternating back and forth between the brown sugar and the cinnamon, packing that inside. And then I'll finish it with a very nice pack of the brown sugar. And then the next thing I'm going to do is just simply take about a teaspoon of butter, put that on top, and then I'm going to take a little bit of my vanilla and take my 1/4 teaspoon measure and just drizzle a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla on top of the apple. I'll finish this, I'll do all of my apples, then I'll put it in the oven at 400 degrees for about a 40-minute amount of time, and then you want to make sure that the little edges of the apple start to crack, and that's how you know it's done. Don't overcook them, but you don't want to undercook them at the same time. You want them to be a little bit foamy, is the texture, I would say, of the inside. You don't want them to be hard, but you don't want them to be applesauce. Okay, so my timer just went off. My apples have been in the oven for about 35 minutes and they've started to crack around the edges. Enjoy these baked apples with your family this holiday season, and make sure to subscribe to our emails on bootsandbowties.com.